Hello and welcome for another day of streaming Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, New Game Plus Edition. Currently on part 2 at the moment. Last time I recall I streamed. Let me double check. Oh, I'm on the wrong place. Let's see. Yep. I'm on part 2. So on the last stream, I finished part 1. And now I'm on part 2 of A Realm Reborn, where we revisit the often overlooked beginning of the game of Final Fantasy XIV. And hoping to record this or stream this and also put this out on my YouTube channel. I've already put up the first stream on my YouTube channel. I haven't put up the last stream I've had yet, but I will do that pretty soon. And then, of course, after I finish this stream, I'll post this one as well on YouTube eventually, maybe in a few days or so. But yeah, let's get this show on the road, and if I can try to make my frames a little better, it'd be nicer. Let me see if I have. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. I need to close a few things. I might have a few things that I may not need open. Just bear with me, guys. Sorry. Close this out. Alright. And if anything, I may end up restarting the computer if need be, but we'll go along with it. There we go. So let's start on this. Alright. Frame's a little better now that I've minimized a few things and closed a few other things, so let's pick up where we left off. So it would be level 15, Call of the Forest. Betaron has information on a new task. So he mentions, ready to hear about that job then? Like I said, the request comes from our sister guild in Gridania, and that's all I know. But whatever it is you asked to do, I somehow doubt it'll pose any trouble for a adventurer has survived the bedlam in Sastasha. If you think you might be interested, you'll want to have words with Mother Miyun, my counterpart in Gridania. Good luck, lass. So if you recall, the last time I streamed, I started out in Gridania on this character, so I know Mother Miyun very well. Let's go back and go. Yeah, and it's taken a while. I would have really preferred to try to up the frames a bit, because this game really heavily relies on the frames being high to load the stuff. Well, let's see. It might dip here in a minute again. It's kind of getting annoying a little bit, yeah. And I can kind of tell. I should have restarted the computer before starting the stream. Take a seat wherever you like, friend. Our waitress will come to take your... Oh, it's you, Miyuki. So good to see you again. What's that? Here at Beta Run's suggestion, you say? The foul-mouthed rogue sends me word that an adventurer might be along for the job, and it turns out to be you. Well, this makes things a lot easier, doesn't it? With regards to the task in question, there is a fair bit to tell. Let me know when you're ready to hear the details. I shall brief you. Cool. On to the next. Fire in the gloom. Yoon is waiting to brief you on your task. Ready for that briefing? Good. Now then, here's the long and short of it. Beg pardons for interrupting, Yoon, but our need grows ever more pressing. Have none stepped forward? And good day to you too, oh lord. Your need must be pressing indeed if, for you to honor us with a visit. The good news is, your journey hasn't been wasted. I'm pleased to report that we have volunteer at last, and one who comes highly recommended at that. Oh, it's you again. Well, if it isn't our very own woman for all seasons. You certainly have a knack for appearing when you're most needed, Miyuki. My thanks for answering the call. Now, time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. We wish for you to nip a potential threat to Britannia in the bud. Beneath the central shroud, there lies an underground burial site called the Tamtara Deepcroft. The place was once a Gilmoran settlement, but we Gridanians have long interred our dead there. It's a burial. Yeah. Graveyard. Of late, however, shadowy figures have been seen skulking about Deepcroft, and with ever-increasing regularity. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspect that these individuals belong to Lambs of Dalamut, a doomsday cult which sprung up prior to the calamity. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices at our peril. Ordinarily, I would have dispatched my best man to scour the Deepcroft with orders to flush out the cultists out. Alas, the calamity decimated our ranks, and the limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the Ixal at bay. Since we thwarted their attacks on the Guardian Tree, the Birdmen have not allowed us a moment's respite. They have probed every elm of our defenses in search of a weakness, compelling me to spread out our forces far more thinly than I would like. The situation so being, we have no choice but to entrust the task of dealing with the Lambs of Talamud to others. Can we rely on you to handle this, Madam Miyuki? Of course, of course. You have my gratitude. Once you've seen to your preparations, pray make your way to Deepcroft and identify yourself to the guard posted at the entrance. He will praise you of the latest developments. That is all. Oh, be careful out there, you hear? May the crystal guide you and keep you. Thank you. More dungeon crawling. So let's get to it. Maybe before the dungeon crawl, I may... Man, this sucks. I don't really want to restart the stream. But the frames is so bad. Not unless... Let me change a few things. Hold on. Maybe I can minimize this? Make this smaller? Oh, there we go. That made it a little better. Steady at 30 frames. Not ideal, but hey. I'll take it over the 20 frames I was getting. Alright, where was this? This was in Bent Branch. Okay, yeah. Got it. No. I got you. Yeah. Next question is, if I have to do the dungeon, which class should I go as? I can always try leveling up the Lancer. He's the lowest level I've got. Let's see, let's just make some fast movements here. Let's see, I think we need to move in this direction. Yep. And then this direction. And then watch out for the trees, because it's very foggy. And should be in here somewhere. There you go. Yeah. Oh ho! People here that I did not know they were. Alien. I shudder to think what might have happened to Isildur, Ray? Had I not thought to pick the fruit I stumbled across on the way here. Oh, really? Sometimes he has too much vigor for his own good. Age is supposed to mellow us. If anything has made him more impetuous. I understand his desire to make use of the time left to him, but one misstep and there won't be any. So, yeah, you're pretty old, dude. Childish curiosity prompted me to commit the most elementary of blunders. Were it not for the fruit that Eliane found, my adventures may have well ended on this forbidden place. Always look before you leap. In my haste, this is the most fundamental rule of adventure slip in my mind. I do believe I shall rest here a while. Okay. Don't recognize Dollar. I do recognize you, Mr. Bear. We meet again. I cannot say I'm surprised to see you here. You took the prize back in Limsa, but this time we will give you better sport, or I am no true adventurer. Cool. This Smith. Okay. You know. Command unavailable in New Game Plus. Okay. You're Miyuki Kazumi? I take it. Thanks for helping out us, friend. No doubt the Bowlord has already informed you, but your task is to enter the Deep Cross and purge it of the Lambs of Dalamud. In case you're unfamiliar with them, the cult emerged shortly before the calamity put an end to the Sixth Austral Era. The cultists took the lesser moon, Dalamud, for their god, believing that it would deliver them from the devastation. And so they were rather disappointed when Dalamud exploded into 1,000 flaming pieces before it could complete its descent. Now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think that the cultists might feel moved to question their faith. On the contrary, it served only to stoke the flames of their fanaticism. The Lambs of Dalamud are convinced that heretics, quote unquote, that is to say, everyone but them, interfere with the coming of their Lord and Savior, and that is now their sacred duty to avenge them. Whatever it is they're doing in the Deepcroft, you may be sure that no good will come of it. For the sake of Gridania, the Anurs and at large, put an end to their madness. Yes. So now I'm tasked with let's see. Yeah, I guess level 25. I guess I'll continue leveling Lancer. Yeah, might as well. Let's change. Why not? And then do a duty finder. Go to Realm Reborn and Tamtera Deepcroft. It sucks that you have to go through the whole dungeon again. I mean, that's kind of like 30 whole minutes there. I mean, 20 to 30 minutes depending on what kind of party you get. 20 if they're pretty fast and they just want to get through it. 30 minutes would be the average. But yeah, it just sucks that you have to go through the whole dungeon. But I mean, I guess it's part of the experience or part of the story where you have to go through this. You know, the dungeons do have their own like cutscenes. Um, I guess somebody's doing stuff. The dungeons do have their own cutscenes. Most of them are just cutscenes for, I guess, the dungeon itself, nothing pertaining to the story. Other times, some dungeons actually do have story related um, events right after. So, for example, when you finish right at the end, when you finish the final boss of a dungeon, and then you go and click exit, then you'll get a cutscene for story. So, um, but other than that, um, unless you're in a pre-made party, that you can kind of power through it, it's your average 20 to 30 minutes. I mean, right now it's showing that I have like 8-minute average wait time, so that's not too bad. It used to be before where it'd be like 15, 30 minutes for DPS to wait for a dungeon, especially lower level dungeons. And it looks like we've been having a lot of, or Final Fantasy has been having a lot of influx of newer players just starting the game. So there's been a lot of more queue times, or more like less queue times in the lower level dungeons, just because of new players playing um, Final Fantasy 14 or Realm Reborn. I'm hoping that they're actually, playing through a Realm Reborn and going through the story. I mean, out of some of the YouTube people that I've seen, some of them will actually go through the whole thing for a Realm Reborn. Others are just more interested in, I just want to get the end game kind of thing. So to their each cup of tea, I guess. Um, but to you guys that may be watching this, I highly suggest just going through and sticking out from beginning to end. The story is really amazing. Like I said in my previous streams, yeah, it gets slow at the beginning. It's really slow when it comes to like picking up, the story and how it goes. But like in between 15 and 30, it starts getting interesting. Right after 30, that's when, well, and I'm talking about level 30. Right after level 30 or ish, it starts to get really interesting, really good. It really does start to pick up better. And then once you're like almost at the end of A Realm Reborn, that's like really really awesome cutscenes. And then when you get to the post A Realm Reborn, I mean, I'm talking about like, I think, what was it, like just before Heaven's Word, the end of A Realm Reborn, the actual end of A Realm Reborn, um it's like, I believe like almost an hour or more of cutscenes. And I'm talking about, it's not just filler, it's like story. And it's really good. In my honest opinion, at least, it's really good. So to me, it's like it's worth watching the story or the cutscenes. Um, you may not have to, you may not have to like read everything, but at least the main events, I highly suggest, sticking through the main event stories, or at least the voiced ones. Especially if you're not really that into reading. Um, Me personally, I don't mind reading. Um, but again, to each their own. But it's just my honest suggestion to you guys, whoever's watching. I mean, oh look, we got a tank. The other DPS, we're just missing a healer. Almost there. Just one more person, and we be ready to roll. Um, and again, for those new to the stream, what I've set the game to right now is where all cutscenes are gonna be viewed. There is a setting in the game to where after you've watched cutscenes or previously watched dungeon cutscenes, you're able to skip them. You just set them on set a setting, and you can skip them. That way, you don't have to view them all again. But for the sake of this new Game Plus experience that I'm streaming and also putting out on YouTube, I want to put the whole cutscene in place. That way, you guys get to see it. Whether you are not gonna play it and you just want to watch it, there's people like that that just don't want to really play the game. They just want to watch other people play, and that's perfectly fine. I'll set that up for like where it's all there, the whole cutscene from beginning to end. I'm not sure if once I post it to YouTube, if YouTube will decide to, um, you know, do something or do copyright because of like music or whatnot. I'm hoping not, um, because again, I don't take any credit for it. I'm not making any monetization off of it, um, but hopefully they don't take it down because of any music that obviously plays on in the game itself. Uh, we're getting pretty close. We're still playing. I could stay quiet for a while. Twiddle my thumbs. I don't know. Say something funny. No idea either. Um, maybe I can just look at YouTube or try to optimize the. Let's see if I can maybe make adjustments to make the frames a little better. Let's see, what do I got open? Not much. I've pretty much closed a bunch of applications that I didn't really need. Come on, healer. Just need a healer and then we can start the show. It's kind of, boring having to sit here and have to think of filler stuff instead of action. I guess that's one of the drawbacks. You just have to um, sit here, wait. Or if you like crafting, you can always craft. So, for example, you can like do this. Like you can go into crafting log and start crafting stuff. If you have the crafting materials, some people do that. I'm not really much of a crafter. I mean, I have leveled up some, all of the crafting jobs, but not to 80. Most of them are still in like 10 or 20 level. I think the highest disciple of land that I have, what was it? Uh, is a miner at 71. Oh well, I did level my goldsmith and my um weaver to 50, but that was back in the Realm Reborn days. Oh, finally! Thank you. Let's go. Come on, DPS. Just hit yes. Just hit commence. I don't want another. Your message has been withdrawn. Need to find another one. Come on. For real? It's looking like it's gonna time out. The DPS decided, oh, I waited so long. I forgot to come back to my game. Oh, he did it last minute. Wow. Okay. Miracle. Alright, guys, enjoy the cutscene. And that was a cutscene. So, from what it looks like, we've got a tank that will pull a bunch. It's not necessarily bad, I guess. So we've got 2 new people and 2 veterans. The tank being the veteran and myself, obviously. And the unfortunate thing is that I don't really have AoEs, so that sucks. So we've got a... what's funny though is that the scholar is clearly a novice, but has much far level. Cyphers of War. This is not gonna do me any good. Yeah, he's doing big pulls. I still don't have AoEs, so I don't know how I can help because oh, nice, I leveled up. Yay. The good thing about these low-level dungeons that they're like really it's easy now, so it's not too bad. Like you can breeze through them, not a problem. If you screw up, it's not that bad. Whereas in higher levels, if you screw up, you know, you'll either one or two things: you'll instantly die, or you'll just be hit with a debuff that, you know, it'll take a while for it to be removed. Don't need that. So I guess we go straight to the thing, to this guy. He's got one, I got the other. See guys, very easy. Not too bad. Very nice. Yeah, so see, when everybody does their thing and they're not, you know, they're DPSing, they're doing their thing, this dungeon goes by pretty quick. Take out these guys because they hurt a lot. And they can stun. And this guy's just a total annoying. Alright, so we're coming up on another boss. We're almost done. These thermaturges are really annoying. Alright, while they do that, I wanted to here. There we go. Sorry, guys. Alright. Last one. I think. Oh, this is not the last one. I'm sorry. This is before the last. The cutscene. Who summons me from the void to reside within this crude vessel? Yeah, it's a fish head. Don't need it. Bye bye. Oh, I don't think I set the limit break. It's okay. We got it anyways. It wasn't really needed. Oh no, I got all the bunch of crap that they let. Ah, boo. Alright, well, it's done. That was a dungeon. It took, oh wow. I think that took record time. 10 minutes? Maybe less than 20? That's actually pretty good, guys. Wow. I'm amazed. Okay. Well, we gotta go back to Gridania. So let's switch on over back to Gunbreaker. And continue the story. I think the next story... Let me look, hold on. Duty Finder. So the next one's gonna be at 17. Oh shoot, where was it? Okay. So right around level 17 is gonna be the copper mill mines, and that's gonna be another dungeon that I have to go through. It's like dungeons every 2 levels, if I'm not mistaken. But, more or less. I mean, this is 1 level each. Then 3 levels, and then 4 levels, 4 levels, 4 levels. Welcome back, Miyuki. I'm reliably informed that your foray into Deepcroft was a success. Nor did I expect anything less. You've made such a habit of succeeding that it's difficult not to take your talents for granted. Rest assured, however, Mother is impressed, even if she isn't surprised. Bolard Lewin asked me to pass on his thanks. I must say, it's something of a relief to be able to call upon such a capable adventurer. Sadly, death has become an ever more common occurrence within our fraternity of late. Times being what they are, the guild is constantly inundated with petitions, and we are hard pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. While this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourself, it also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves, with predictable consequences. Ah, as if it to illustrate to the point. Oh, it's these guys. Avir's gone, and it's all your fault. If it hadn't taken you an age to heal him, he would still be alive. But I tried. He bolted out of range before I could finish the spell. So he shouldn't have been so hard pressed in the first place. We should have done more to lighten his burden. Bah, to the hells with this pathetic excuse for a party. I'm leaving, and it'd be too soon if I ever see your faces again. Goodbye and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes as any surprise, but I never liked you. I only suffered you for your healing, but you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cruel though this may sound, you brought this upon yourself. Oh, and by the way of some parting advice, get rid of Avir's head. Bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hell you like with it. But for God's sake, stop carrying it around. It's just get rid of it, alright? Wait, don't leave me alone, please. I'm so sorry, Avir. Please forgive me. Scenes like this have become all too common. That makes a dozen times in half as many days. So let me put on a timeout. Stop. This, for those of you who are unaware, is something you should really pay attention to, especially this party. Why, you say? Because later in the story, I want to say as a side story, not a main one, but as a side story and a different dungeon, and also another different dungeon, this lady plays a big role in a side quest. I mean, it's very dark, but it's very good. And it's the best side story you wanting to get your hands on, oh, what happens next? What happens next? Oh my god, that happened. Oh, what? Yeah. Um I like it how it starts out like this, but then you get those side stories. Oh my god. I don't know. Let's continue. Now you see why I'm grateful for adventures of your experience. I can send women like you on a mission without worrying that you might not return. Well, not so much at any rate. Speaking of missions, I would entrust you with another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart, Nolda. She seeks the services of a reliable adventurer, and you are nothing if not reliable. If you think you might be interested in this task, say the word, and I'll be glad to share the details with you. Fire in the Gloom. Complete. Alright, There you go. Next one. Call of the Desert. You know what that means. It's time to go to Old So, if you're not averse to taking a little trip, wonderful. As I mentioned earlier, the request comes to us from the Adventurers Guild in Old Once you arrive, seek out Momodi, the proprietress of the quicksand. And Momodi's awesome, by the way. Think of her as the Sultanate's version of myself. Chances are she'll send you into the midst of danger, but I have every confidence that you will pull through unscathed. Now, off you go, Miyuki, and good luck. I think out of all three starter NPCs, which would be Mother Miyun, Baldur, and whatever his name is, and Momodi, I actually like Momodi the best. She's funny. Alright, now we made it to Old Doll. Now, Momodi is in the Adventurers Guild, so we're gonna go to the Lieutenant. We're gonna go to... what was it again? I keep forgetting. Ruby Root Exchange. I think. Should be. Yes, it is. And then we're gonna make our way to the Adventurers Guild. There's my Momodi. My little potato Lalafell. Or Puppetoes, I guess. This game's version of potatoes. Welcome to the quicksand, friend. I'm a tad busy right now. If you wouldn't mind showing yourself to... Judging by your determined expression, I take it you ain't here for ale. Are you called Miyuki Kazumi by any chance? Miyun sent word that you'd be reporting for duty. She also made a point of calling you the adventurer of the moment. That ain't no small praise coming from her. But you didn't come all the way here to listen to me prattle. Doubtless you're eager to just get started, so let's talk business, shall we? Yes, let's talk business. Into a copper... well, yeah. And there's the copper hell. It's another dungeon. 3 times in a row. So basically, you do the dungeons, the beginning dungeons of each place. The petitioner ought to be arriving any moment now. God's almighty, another second under that sun, and I would have been set afire. A tankard of ale, if you'd be so kind. Another potato. Potato. Excellent timing, Papa Shan. And just so happens the adventurer who will be handling your petition is here. So this winsome lass is the much-lauded adventurer, is she? Marvelous, marvelous. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, milady. I am Papa Shan, formerly of the Sultan Sword. I thank you for agreeing to lend us your aid. Mayhap you'd like to appraise Miyuki of her mission? Yes, of course. The petition in question was submitted by an acquaintance of mine at Magina and Sons Mineral Concern. It relates to an unfortunate development at Copperbell Mines. To be plain, giants have seized control of the place. These giants are of the clan known as the Hekatonkirs. I probably butchered that. Fearsome creatures who were sealed within the deepest depths of the mines during the bygone Thorn Dynasty. Alas, it seems they have managed to break through the layer of rock which served to imprison them, and now prowl the tunnels where the miners ply their trade. The creatures are justifiably angry about their treatment at the hands of our ancestors, and their presence has forced the suspension of all mining activities on the site. It's no wonder they're angry. Didn't the Thorn Dynasty come to an end over 300 years ago? You know your history well, milady. People of that age used the Hecatonchires to work their mines. By the way of enchanted helms, they were able to bind the ferocious creatures to their will. But as is oft the way in such tales, these enchantments eventually failed, and the slaves rose up against their masters. In a desperate bid to contain the unbridled fury of the Hecatonchires, let's just call them Hecaton. Our ancestors induced the collapse of the mine's lowermost levels, so it was that the great giant revolt was ended, buried beneath 100,000 tons of rock. Well, now, that's got me thinking. I seem to recall there's been an article about Copperbell in the Mithril Eye a fortnight or so ago. It said the mines were being reopened so as to meet the rising demand of building materials. Like as not, our boys dug a bit too deep and freed the giants. Gods, to think the poor creatures are still alive and kicking after 3 centuries. That's a long time to nurse a grudge. They must be seething. Indeed, and that makes them a danger to us all. There'll be no mining at Copperbell as long as they remain. For the sake of both peace and prosperity, they must be subdued. This is a task which we would have you undertake. I'll not deny that the mission will be rife with danger, but our need is great, and so I beg you, put an end to this sorry business. And as always, nod. God bless you. I fear you might have reservations, but I assure you it is for the best. In case you didn't know, Copperbell mines are in the Western Thanalan. Do take care, you hear? Ah, and one last thing before you depart. An employee of Imagina and Sons is presently at the quicksand. The fellow's name is Painted Mesa, and he knows Copperbell mines well. It may behoove you to seek his counsel. Yes, for a newbie adventurer, it may be. For a veteran like myself, I know it inside and out. Looking for Painted Mesa? You found him. You look like a pirate, dressed in miner gear. So, you're the adventurer who's volunteered to deal with the mess down in Copperbell, are you? Wow, I can't say that right. You've got guts, miss. I just hope you've got skills to go with them, because things ain't pretty down there. The Hecatons left the place in a right state, and nary a week after mining resumed. I don't know if you know this, but Copperbell was old when the second old dynasty was still young, and it was abandoned centuries ago. If it hadn't been for the shortage of materials needed for the rebuilding effort, the concerns would never have thought to reopen it. We knew full well about the giants beforehand, but the project went ahead anyway. I mean, nothing could possibly survive being buried under a mountain's worth of rock for 3 centuries, right? Wrong. Our miners dug up more than they bargained for. One swing of the pickaxe too many, and they found themselves companies of giants. Unless we can subdue them, the nation's glorious recovery will grind to a halt for want of aught to build with. See, that's a mouthful. The stone torturers keep watch over the entrance in case the giants fancy some sunlight and fresh air. One of them will be able to show you the way in. The hope of the nation's resting on you, friend. Best of luck. Yay! If I remember correctly, it's Western Finland, so we want to go up here. Yeah, I remember Western Finland. So what we want to do is go 20th right. It should be around here somewhere. There it is. And then make ourselves to the Gate of Sultana, which is the Western Thanalan. And then from there, just make our way over to the Copperbell mines. So in a normal scenario, you'd be traveling through all that. You'd be going over the bridge, yada yada. Then you'd make yourself to the right over here, And then before going left to that place over there, you make a right, and the mines are right here. Stone Torch. There may be an incident inside Coppermill Mines. We are here to ensure that its effects are contained, but for your own safety, I suggest you stay well away from here. What? You're the adventurer who's volunteered to quell the hecaton? I didn't think that Puppet-chan would be able to find somebody so quickly, if at all. The giants are content to wreak havoc inside the mines for now, but it's only a matter of time before they think to come outside. The sooner you see them, the better. Make ready as best you can and enter at will. So then, copper mines are... Alright, perfect. So I just gotta... Copper mile mines. It looks like this dude, this archer is already queued for the copper mill mines. Less than 5 minutes, that's actually good, and we already found the tank. So if I get put up with this guy, that wouldn't be too bad. An archer, a ranged DPS, and a melee DPS, and then just a healer, and we'd be set. Oh shoot, wait, no, withdraw. I forgot to switch. I'm a dumbass. Back to Lancer. Okay. 6 minutes. A minute more, but it's still not bad. Yeah, because what I want to do is I want to level up my Lancer. I mean, as you can see, if you notice here, right? So I've got Paladin to 50, Warrior to 50, Dark Knight. I unlocked it, but I never really, did anything. And then I'm also I'm liking Gunbreaker a lot, so I'm leveling up that one. It's at 76. Then for White Mages, for like the healers, I've got White Mage at 50, Scholar 80, and then Astrologian at 35. Around level 35, I may end up switching to Astrologian just to level it up, which might be a good idea. It's either that, or I may switch over to a Machinist or a Bard. But I haven't decided which one yet. But once I get, well, and that's around ARR. So, that's just up to, in this around Reborn area. Once we get to, like, for example, I think by level 60, so basically for Dancer, that's probably like Stormblood area. So if I end up, doing a Realm Reborn New Game Plus, and then moving over to Heaven's Ward and doing that, I can probably try leveling. Well, I have two options, right? I can level either another healer, or I can level a Dancer. Because that's the other class that I actually wanted to level to, the Dancer, which was a support DPS. But I'm wondering if I'm gonna enjoy. I'm trying to think if I'm gonna enjoy more playing as a support DPS or as a healer. I haven't decided yet, so I'm not sure. But I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. For now, I'm gonna level Lancer because I mean, there's some people that like Lancer. I see a lot of Lancers, so why not? I'm low enough level to where my gear is really not affecting the overall DPS of these dungeons. So my gear, item level 22, 24, 22. I think maybe these are on par with the current level I'm on right now. Oh, nice. Let's see if I get paired up with this guy. He's been waiting. So it's not possible that I did I go in before him? Wow, I didn't get paired with him at all. Interesting. Well, that's interesting. Okay. So it looks like we've got again two new people, and it looks like 2 veterans. The white main. Nice. I like the bunny suit though. I have one just like that. Yep. I'm surprised I haven't gotten any new. Oh, full thrust after verbal thrust. I see. So this is level. Okay, so I can't really use that yet. Heckantor thing. We're going for all experience points. I like it. Congrats. Level 21 for Charles. Oh, oh wow, he's pulling in a lot. I'm hoping the healer's ready. Like the tank is pretty confident. Yeah, I mean, he looks like a veteran. He knows what he's doing. Need some sand. Now we're gonna be waiting, and then more coming in. It's gonna be easy. Time for Grottos. Easy peasy. Pass. Pass. And I'm sorry guys, I'm not saying much. I just don't really have anything to say. Don't know what I could say really. But we are kind of like breezing right through it. So that's a good thing. This is the next boss. You blow it. Easy peasy. Oops. The thaumaturge or the black mage pulled it by accident. This time it was not the Lancer that pulled it by accident. No siree, not me. I know. Nice. Gaining levels like a boss. Okay, which one are we focusing on? Perfect. Take this out. Don't need it. Cool beans. Cutscene. Slaves no more. Free! Free! just gonna focus on this. Before, it used to be to where you had to focus on the other ads so they don't open the other one, so you don't get overwhelmed. But it's become so easy now that you don't really need to focus on the ads anymore. Like, we're downing down the boss, and it's like, by the time that we actually get to something that's relevant, yeah. And there you go, done. Easy peasy. And I even leveled up. Nice. Not gonna bother. I like your name, Shiro. You're getting it. Bye. And that, my viewers, friends, is Copper Bell Mines. Easy peasy. Alright, so now we make our way to Olda. So first, let's switch back to Gunbreaker, because Gunbreakers are cool. Get on my Chocobo and head over to Olda and report back. Now, this should be now a little break from dungeon. We've pretty much been able to do a dungeon per starting state or area, starting area. So that would be 3. The next dungeon would be level 20, and in between that, there should be obviously some main story quest, and we will focus on that for a bit and see where it will take us. And you know what? I'm not gonna walk all the way over there. I'm gonna take an Aetheryte. Aetheryte, go! Adventurers Guild. Alright. Going over and under. Oh, and I've got a fight scene. I'm gonna stay as... This one's not gonna give me any experience, so I'm just gonna stay as a Gunbreaker for this. So when you see this like glowing thing, it's because there's a fight that's gonna happen or something. Yeah, see, so duty calls commence for battle into a copper hell. It's gonna be level synced to 21, which is okay. But I'm gonna do it as Gunbreaker because you don't really get any experience out of this. This is more story related. Fight. Ah, the Conqueror of Copper Bell returns. Thanks to you, our mining operations can resume, and Ulda will have the materials she needs to rebuild. The entire nation's in your debt, friend. I'll share the good tidings with Papashan the next time I see him. As for you, you'll want to report to Momodi. It'll do the woman well to see you alive and in one piece. No! Oh. Shut your mouth, you thieving little swine. You stole from me. Don't even think to deny it. Obnoxious merchant. Please, sir, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this, paid with my own coin. What rot, you refugees are all the same. Couldn't afford maggoty mole meat, much less a choice cut of dodo. I'm going to say it one more time. Give back what you stole or I'll make you wish you never set foot in this town. By rights, I should turn you over to the brass blades, you know. help keep the streets safe for law-abiding citizens. But I'm a reasonable man. If you agree to serve me in whatever capacity I require, the authorities need to hear of your crime. A scumbag. But I ain't done nothing wrong. 12 is me witness. Yeah, no one is. Please, adventurer, help me. I beg of you. I swear on my mother's grave, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this with the coin I'd save. I only wanted to treat my children with a decent meal. Alright, time to step in. And who the hells are you when you're at home? This dog's master? I've had enough of this murmur's face. Oh, farce. Face. Farce. You lot, teach him a lesson. I'll teach you a lesson to cross with an adventurer. Filthy bodyguard, you're so filthy. You don't even stand a chance. I'll take care of this. Ah, he's drunk too. He's belching. Not bad for an adventurer. I should have stopped at the 7th ale. Yeah, you should have. Stop bloody gawping at me and give me a hand, will ya? Bugger, 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 which actually means something else. It's like fork, fork, fork. Boom. Bye-bye. Done and done. I ain't getting paid enough for this. Hey, where the hell do you think you're going? Thank you, kind adventurer. Thank you thrice over. Flashback. Time to see what really happened. I'd swear there are more refugees than when I last looked. And you wouldn't be mistaken. But it's been 5 years since the calamity. Why are they only coming here now? It's simple, really. While a number of hamlets survived the immediate aftermath of the calamity, many were no longer able to support their communities. Residents found their lands had either been rendered barren or cut off from the trade routes, and problems like those aren't easily solved. Though they tried to make the best of it, it was only a matter of time before they were forced to abandon their homes and seek a new life in the city. I see. But the calamities affected the whole realm, didn't it? Is the same thing happening in the other cities? If the talk is true, yes. Though perhaps our situation is more pronounced. Malta has a reputation for being prosperous, so it's natural that the refugees would try their luck here first. My heart goes out to them, it truly does, but I would be lying if I said that I wasn't apprehensive. I hope their presence doesn't foment lawlessness in the city. Well, if things do take a turn for the worse, we always have the immortal flames. I dare say the brass blades would welcome their help. The heroes who fought the Garlean Empire patrolling the streets for riffraff? It may well come to that. Impoverished and desperate as they are, you may be sure that some of the refugees will turn to crime. You know what this place is like. If you've no coin, you've no hope. What will become of our city? Not all refugees are bad, mind you. Some are able to find employment and lead honest lives. Dodo tenderloins. Get your Dodo tenderloins. Guaranteed cheapest in Thailand. Thank you for your custom, madame. Please come again. Bleh, come again. Looking around, you'd think that Alta was well on its way to recovery. But peer through the veil of prosperity and you'll see no end to the misery and suffering. Madame, are you alright? Oh, wake up. Oh, yeah, I'm here. Mm-hmm. What now? You mean to threaten a defenseless citizen? What? Saw her buy the meat, you say? That's absurd. As I did. Leave the poor woman alone, you damnable vulture. Who said that? Grr, I will overlook this, but just this once. God bless you, adventurer. If you hadn't come along when you did, who knows what that monster might have done. I don't bear to think about. More cutscenes. Case closed. Ida, hello again. I've been keeping a close eye on you ever since you left Gridania. You discharged your duty as envoy impeccably and never once faltered in the face of myriad dangers. But more importantly, you were always ready to help those in need, even if you didn't stand to earn a guild by doing so. You are possessed of all the qualities we seek in an adventurer. Of this we are convinced. Even if you were kind of dragged into that business with the dodo meat. Yes, thank you, Ida. And then there's the matter of your gift. I dare say you are curious as to the nature of the visions you bore witness moments ago. Well, we can help you to understand it. You're not the only one with that power, you know. We have a friend who has it too, and we'd love for you to meet her. And meeting her is only the beginning, for we would also have you lend your strength to our cause. In return, we should be glad to assist your adventuring endeavors in whatever way we are able. Should you decide to take us up on our offer, and I sincerely hope you will, pray speak with Momodi. The proprietress of the Quicksand is a good friend of ours. She will tell you where to find us. Ta-ta! Wait a minute. We haven't even told you the name of our order. We're the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, Defenders of Justice. Oh, but don't tell anyone, except for Momodi. She knows already. And that, my friends, is the start of the real adventure. And you will see here in a minute why. Scenes like that are becoming ever more common, I'm afraid. Don't worry though. If you work hard, you'll probably be alright. Saying that, if you ever find yourself in a spot of bother, come and see me. Just don't go pestering me every time you graze your knee, eh? Of course, I do enjoy hearing the tale of a gentleman's woes with the women folk from time to time. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Ah, Miyuki, sorry to keep you waiting. I was just providing guidance to a fresh off the carriage adventurer. But God, it's good to see you safe and well. To look at you, no one would ever guess you'd been hard at it with giants in the dark. You're every the adventure Miyun said you'd be, Miyuki. The station master will be overjoyed when he hears the news. Oh, before I forget, there's a lass here who wants a word with you. Didn't actually know your name, but hearing her description, I knew who she meant right away. Remember the girl that I told you about before? The venture with the dead head thing? Yeah, she's back. Oh boy. Ah, thank you for sparing the time. I realize you don't know me, but I've been longing to speak with you for a while. Oh, I know you. My name is Eda. I'm an adventurer like you, though I'm not very good at being one, if truth be told. Anyway, I was adventuring with my friends in Gridania when I'm sorry. We were in Gridania when the leader of our party was killed. His name was Avir, and he and I were to be wed in the spring. You may not remember him, but to say that he remembered you would be an understatement. He would sing your praises from dawn to dusk. He saw you for what you were, you see, an adventurer's adventure, and swore that he would be like you one day. I believe that he would have succeeded had a fiend not robbed him of the chance. Since that day, I have thought long and hard about giving up adventuring. But when I think of the woman you are, of all that you've achieved, I find that I am inspired, just as Avir once was. And so I've decided to start again as an adventurer. I will go back to the village of my birth and begin my training anew. But I wanted to meet you first, to ask you your name. Miyuki Kazumi. Miyuki Kazumi. I shan't forget. Trust me, she will not forget. And neither will you if you actually pay attention to these scenes right here, even though they're not voiced, and you remember this lady right here. When she pops back up, you'll be like, it was her? What? Yeah. Remember this lady. Remember her. Thank you, Miyuki Kazumi. I pray that we will meet again. Fare you well. Adventuring can be cruel, bleeding business. Time was, I didn't know why anyone would bother. When they first asked me to take charge of the guild here, I didn't want aught to do with you lot. Thought you'd be a right pain in the arse looking after you all. But against my better judgment, I decided to accept the post, and I'm fully glad I did. I feel privileged to be part of your lives. And that goes double for yours, Miyuki. Something, 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 something. Eh? What did you say? You want to know about the signs of the seventh dawn? They're beginning to move in earnest then. Listen, Miyuki, the Science ain't no ordinary folk, and the work they do ain't no ordinary work. I know full well how capable you are, but even you wouldn't think twice about attempting some of the stuff they do. Knowing that, if you're still certain you want to get involved, I'll tell you what I can. Yes, I do want to know, because I have visions. Let's meet the science of the seventh dawn, people. Momodi is ready to tell you what she knows about the science of the seventh dawn. So, you want to know more then, do you? Well, ain't that a surprise? I swear, if I painted certain death, quote unquote, on one door and limitless wealth on the another, 9 out of 10 adventurers would go through the first, and the other bloke wouldn't be able to choose on account of being old on. uh, humor. Anyway, don't say I didn't warn you. First of all, if you're wondering whether you can trust these Scions of Seventh Dawn, you can. They're good people who've made it their mission to solve some of Eorzea's most pressing problems. Of course, that ain't no small task, and so they're always looking for dependable individuals to join them. Individuals like you, Yugi. Now, I've been given leave to tell you where to find the Scions, but you must first but you must promise to keep this information to yourself. As you can probably imagine, it's something Eorzea's enemies would very much like to know. The Scions are headquartered in Vesper Bay, out in western Thanalan. The place you're looking for is called the Waking Sands. Give your name to whoever is at the entrance, and you'll be let in. You're a woman in demand, Miyuki, and the days ahead promise to be busy, but I hope you won't forget about them has helped make you into the adventurer you are. Drop in and tell them how you're faring from time to time. You hear? Right, well, I've said my piece. Off you go. Alright, so map. And we go to, I believe, yeah, Western Thenland. And then we make to... So Vesper Bay is right there, but unfortunately we have to hop on Horizon before we can make the jump to Vesper Bay. I believe these next few scenes, or yeah, I think these upcoming cutscenes are gonna probably be voiced. Which finally gives me time to, like, you know, not say much, because I'm gonna need a break here soon. Get me something to drink with all this talking that I've been doing. Alright. Man, it's been ages since I've gone to the Waking Sands. This is not the Waking Sands. I am completely wrong. I'm a dumbass. This is the Waking Sands. Yep. Tataru. Yay. I think it's cutscene time. Alright, I'll shush. Damn. No cutscenes. But trust me, her voice is cute in Japanese. Deep in the desert of my heart, lonely flower blooms, yearning for the heavens above, to quench my thirst for you. Trollololololo. Yeah, trollololo she is. For sure. Wah! Cough. I would thank you not to sneak up on me like that. Now, please be advised that this is private property. Unless you have permanent business here, I must ask you to... Miyuki Kazumi. Here at the behest of Ida and Papalimo? My sincerest apologies. May I please have your name? Where have I heard your name before? Have we met? Yeah, we have. Wait a minute, weren't you the shady merchant who tried to sell me imitation fentanyl wares the other day? No? Then, are you the persistent peddler who wouldn't leave Lady Minfilia alone and received a slap for her trouble? Not her either? Oh well, my mistake. Miyuki Kazumi. Ah, here you are. Ahem. I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands, headquarters of the Science of the Seventh Dawn. My name is Tataru, and I look forward to assisting you during your time with us. The antecedent is within the solar. I shall let her know to expect you. You're a breath of fresh air, Tataru. A breath of fresh air. Time to go to the Waking Sands. And to go to the solar. I take it you are Miyuki Kazumi. Tataru sent word that you had arrived. Lady Minfilia has eagerly awaited your coming. This way, if you please. Cutscene time. Hopefully it's voiced.
So you're the adventurer of whom I've heard so much. Well met, friend. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have awaited your coming. After 5 long years, you've come back to us, just as Louisoix said you would. Words cannot describe the joy I feel at this moment. Welcome home. I remember you still, and everything you fought for. Know that you're not entirely forgotten. If Louis Swore is watching us, as I choose to believe, he may now rest in peace, his mission finally fulfilled. Please, be at ease. You are among friends here. No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience. All will be revealed in time. First, let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us. Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness? Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space, a mind without a body? All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul, a power known as the Echo. The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past. You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events. For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power, and this power is strong within you. It is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose. That's right. I too possess the Echo. With that established, let us return to the subject of the Primals. So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace. Measures must be taken. Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent. Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea. But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it? And so I implore you, lend us your power.
And then, no more voice cutscenes. Alright. Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and at a word from me, they will gladly afford you certain privileges that might otherwise be denied to you. The right to employ retainers, for example. Are you familiar with them? They are individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets and belongings on your behalf. The papers you requested, milady. Thank you, Tataru. Pleasure is mine, milady. By the way of welcoming gift, I have taken the liberty to adding your name to the retainer's registry. As for now, you are entitled to employ the services of a retainer. You will need to consult a retainer advocate regarding particulars of this arrangement, but believe me when I say that retainers will prove invaluable to you and your adventuring endeavors. Ain't that a true statement? Let this gesture serve as evidence of our commitment to do all in our power to facilitate your personal objectives. In return, we ask that you aid us to the fullest extent of your talents. A mutual beneficial relationship, I am sure you will agree, and one which serves the greater good besides. Well, that was a veritable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but it is important that all concerned are aware of what's expected of them. Now you know our purpose and what we can offer you, I invite you to consider joining us. When you have come to a decision, you may tell me without fear of censure. In good faith, I shall entrust you with the Art Order's password, which Art members use to reach one another when afield. It is Wild Rose. Pray keep it safe. Retainers are now available. Awesome. Great. So I'm gonna make a stopping point here, and then we shall resume this on another stream. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. I'll resume this on another stream, and then we'll continue. But for now, thank you guys for joining this stream. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for joining. Please like and subscribe to my channel. There will be definitely more videos coming up. And I will see you next time. Bye bye, guys.